Mark Davis, off camera, you just said that the web of the world is the marvelous, what do you call it, the
psychedelic evolution of the internet, yes.
So we're in San Francisco, supposedly the home of psychedelia. You're talking to I don't know if you still, your grandmother's alive or your mother's alive.
Oh, yeah.
You've got this term, the web and the world become one. What does that mean to ordinary people? Does that mean that everything that happens in the world will be happening in digital form, or does that mean that digital will become the world itself?
Not the latter, the former. So, I mean, there are virtual realities and gaming environments and virtual environments that people inhabit, but what we're seeing is a few things. So I'll give you one really concrete example. So when I want to figure out where to go for dinner, right? One thing I could do is I could look at Yelp or I could search in Bing and see how have people reviewed restaurants. But another is, where have my friends actually gone? Where have they been? Where have they voted with their feet? Where do they keep going back to again and again? And so before, that record of activity was invisible and impermanent. Similarly, the connections between people were invisible and impermanent. But by recording, creating a web of people and a web of the world, that attention to the world means I can make a decision about where to go to dinner with the knowledge not just of what my own behavior is, but those of people that I trust. And so that's power, to understand what is worth my attention based on records of human activity in the world is what the web of the world makes possible. And so, the amazing thing is that it's based on core psychological principles. You want to understand why social networks are transforming the internet? You have to just look back at social psychology. Two basic forms of shared attention. And the internet, of course, is based on economically an economics of attention, right? That's the business of the internet, is the monetization of human attention from the ad point of view. What social brings, and especially the structure swing now with Facebook and what we're doing together, when you're a baby, you learn to trust your caretaker. You create contact attention. You learn that another person is trustworthy and you look at them. As you grow older, you look out into the world at what they look at, and you do what's called joint attention. I trust you, I look at what you look at, I attend to that. This is the Facebook Connect, of being, not Facebook Connect, but creating a connection with another user. The newsfeed tells me what's worthy of attention. When you like something on the web, you've told people that trust you that this object is worth their attention. So because psychologically we're so wired to establish trust with others through contact attention and through joint attention to look at what they look at, these processes of being able to connect people, the web, and the world together help us make better decisions about what's worth our own attention by how people that we trust behave and what they attend to, not only on the internet, but in the physical world.
So what you're really saying then is that technology has caught up with the world.
I would say it has caught up with our behavior in the world and our attention in the world to make it available to us in ways that improve our lives, that give us, in a way, what the phone is and what the web is becoming is a prosthetic, like glasses that help us see, right, or a hearing aid that helps us hear. What our friends and our sensor networks and mobile make us do is be able to connect to more people than we could have before, to know what's interesting and worthwhile around us, and to have both real-time and non-real-time ability to gain better knowledge about how to get things done, what's worth our attention, where we might want to go, what we might want to do. And so the world and the web become one because the activity of people and information, not just in the virtual world, but in the physical world, become one seamless index and one seamless network that we can act in and interact in.
And what happens if you're not on that seamless index?
Just like it is today, you're not part of culture. And in a way, not part of digital culture, right? I mean, the challenge, and we'll probably talk about this soon, is that the great opportunity and challenge of our time is what it means to have a digital society and a digital economy. What does it mean to be a person, to have data, to create property, to create groups, to work and play and love and live in a world where the web, the world, and people are connected all the time? And that is the world we're creating, and it's the world that we have real decisions to make about what that world's going to be like.